What's going on, everybody? Brought you guys here to my spot. This is where I come to think a lot, get away. Today is a hard day for me. And it's these hard days that we don't want to keep fighting. It gets us down, and it's hard to move forward. And it is that. It is so hard sometimes to move forward from such a hard day. I haven't had a hard day like this in a few years. But time heals all. And it will pass. But it takes time. And it hurts. It hurts like hell. It hurts like hell. But you got to keep pushing forward. You can't let it dictate what happens from here. It's not, the challenges we face and the things that the mistakes that we make. It doesn't define us. It's how we come back from it. It's how we move forward. That's what's important. Always moving forward. Even when you feel like you just can't move forward, which, trust me, I'm feeling that way right now. A little bit about me. I am 28 years old. I will be 29 here in about 6 months, 5 months. And I am currently 3 years clean this month. I was addicted to pain pills, and that eventually led to heroin. And I thought that I was going to let it define the rest of my life. I was ready to give up. When I was 15 years old, I played soccer for my high school. Got into a bad injury, and I had my first surgery at 15. By 18, I was having my fourth surgery, and it was the most major. They actually had to go in, break my leg, screw it over, move it back in place, and they had to go in, break my leg, move it over, screw it back in place, and create a cadaver ligament to hold my kneecap in place. It was constantly dislocating, and it was major. I was on crutches for 6 months. I was in a full leg metal brace for 9 months. I had to pretty much completely learn how to walk again with that leg. Almost a year and a half, 2 years of physical therapy, and a lot of medication. A lot of medication. And after that, I could never shake it. Following that surgery, I had more surgeries to remove the hardware. They had to go in and debulk the ligament, the cadaver ligament. They had to go in and just keep doing things. I was still in pain. And keep in mind, I'm 20, 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. I'm supposed to be filling the prime. This is supposed to be my prime. And I am in so much pain. I was so limited to what I could do. And not only that, the addiction just grabbed hold of me and wouldn't let go. Roughly 2012, 2013, I was 22, 23 years old. And that's when the DEA started cracking down on doctors prescribing pain meds. They were disappearing, doctors wouldn't prescribe them. You had to go see pain clinics. Pain clinics that I would go to wanted to start you at the lowest and then work you up when I'm already, here on the pain medication that my doctor was prescribing me that did the surgeries. And so I was in even more pain because I was having to go down on my prescriptions. And so I would go and I would find them elsewhere. And when the DEA really started cracking down, they disappeared. They got very expensive. Not only, prescription wise, but not prescription wise. And the inevitable happened. I was in pain and looking for some relief, and I was told, there are no pain meds around anymore. But there's heroin. And I told myself, okay, I'll snort it. I won't shoot it up. I would never do that. I always told myself I would never ever shoot up. And it quickly escalated, that's for sure. And within 6 months to a year, I was an IV heroin user and bad off too. Bad off. It took 4 stays in rehab. And a lot of pain. And a lot of suffering. But 4th time's a charm, I guess, on this one. And I came out of it different. I wanted it. I wanted it this time. I was tired of it dictating my life. Friends that I went to school with, they're graduating college and they're starting families, and here I am, stuck behind, it feels like, because I hit the pause button on life. And like I said, the fourth time, March 7th, 2016 was a bad day, and it was a good day. That was the day that I was taken to rehab for the last time, hopefully. And it came out clean, and it's been 3 years now. And days like today, they test that. Because I was so used to numbing. I was so used to numbing the pain and not having to deal with the pain, that it's, that there's that escape. But it just, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And it's possible. It's possible to feel that pain and move forward and be okay and have your bad days and come back from it and have your good days. And that's the biggest thing, is just don't let it define you. You can always change it. You can always change it. And there are people out there that struggle every day, just like you and me. Trust me, I have been there, and I still struggle. I hope this video shows you that it is no walk in the park after 3 years. It's hard. It's tough. But it'll be worth it in the end. It will absolutely be worth it in the end. I hope that this reaches somebody. That's all I want is to give a voice to people that can't speak up, to give hope to people that feel like it'll never get better. It does. You have to work at it. I am not going to lie about that. But it does get better. This is one of the hardest days that I've had in 3 years. But even though it's the hardest day, I still don't want to go back to that life. And that makes me proud. Because the first thing that I would have done when I woke up this morning 3-4 years ago is call a man and not have to face it. So just keep that in mind. You can do it. I believe in you. I know that you have people that believe in you. We can get through this. We can get through this.